Okay, I gotta share this out. Okay. There we go. Get my settings. Okay. Good morning. These are 1/80th ounce heads. Tiny heads. Tiny heads. Here we go. Got to close that time. Let's go pour them. Let's go get some heads here. Okay. Let's see how many we got this time. I was doing this yesterday, and I went ahead and refluxed the lead pot out yesterday to get some of the impure stuff out. These are 1/80th of an ounce. They're going to be pretty small. These here are for Richard. Pouring these for Mr. Richard Danford. And I don't know if he's in the channel right now. Ooh, that one didn't pour. I'm actually getting more heads poured out today. Oh my goodness, look at that. You got every single one of them there. Got every one that time. These are number 10 hooks that I'm putting these on. Do thank everybody for coming in. These, we're going to end up putting them on the website. Sell them in like a 50-pack. There we go, nice and tight. I don't think I'm going to have every single one on this one here. Let's see. Yeah, I got a hard time getting that last hook. It's a bigger improvement than yesterday. Better improvement. Better than yesterday. Oh, yesterday. The lead really stunk yesterday. Okay, here we go again. Yeah, we just got one. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, these are little bitty jig heads. Sometimes I get them all, sometimes I just get one. There we go, let's do it again. Hopefully we got some more this time. Hopefully we got more this time. Here we go. I got one like in here. Got one person that likes me. That's okay. There we go. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, we got a couple there. Got one. We'll have better luck. We'll have better luck here soon. It is pouring out better than it did yesterday. Hey, Richard. Yeah, these are the ones I'm pouring for you. I tried pouring some of the 1/80ths yesterday, and it didn't go good. I poured a few. Today I'm having better luck today. These are on a number 10 hook here. They're little bitty lures. Super small, super small. Yeah, those are your little 100ths there, Richard. That one's no good. Pluck that one out. Guys, thanks for coming in. Yeah, these are the 1/80ths here. I may have said 1/8 by mistake. Yeah, these are the 1/80ths. Got a couple of good ones out of that one. Hey, Big John, yeah, I've got to pour some out. I'm having trouble getting them to pour. Yeah, they do. It's sometimes hard. You got to get it fluxed out. And I did try a new trick. Somebody had shared with me, and I never thought about putting solder in the lead. So I've been putting solder in the lead. And normally I don't have as big as a problem, but yesterday I was having some issues pouring the little ones, and so I went ahead and thought, well, you know, I got solder in here for when I made the our little ice blades. You know, let me throw some in there, and I googled it up, and it said that, you know, it'll improve the flow. But I did flux it out again. It helped out a bunch. Good morning, David. Yeah, I've been having more hits with the 1/80ths, but I've never put solder in the lead before. You know, and I've been pouring these things for, I know part of the issue is my pot. It's an old pot, and I do have a new pot, and it's under one of the counters. I just hate breaking open the new pot because I want to get as much out of this pot here as I can. So it has improved. It's coming out thicker, which is good. And I've been getting better hits. I actually had one a while ago that every single cavity was filled. It was all good. Yeah, I do that too. If I'm doing a 1/80th, I'll pour in the bottom to get it filled up. But usually on anything bigger, like the 64th ounce and bigger, I don't heat up the lead or the mold. Yeah, I've noticed the difference though on this. It's helped out. Here, I'll put another piece in there. I don't know how much you're supposed to put in there, but I just been putting little sticks of soldering in there. It smokes up a little bit. One of the solders I have has a resin core, and when I put it in there, it smoked up really bad. Not too terrible, but more than this here. Whoever shared that with me the other day, I do appreciate the help. I just never thought about putting, and I never experimented with putting tin in here either. So, I mean, some guys do that. I don't know if that thins it out, makes the flow a lot better. But it's something there that you learn, you know. Yeah, for yourself, yeah. I got a lot more that time. Look at that. Now that we're selling jig heads, I'll probably be pouring a whole lot more. Yeah, I don't know how many jig heads I pour a year. I've always been selling jig heads, but not to the extent of putting them on our website. We have local guys that will come by and buy heads. It's like once I know they're walking in the door, I know they're not too interested in the feathers. They're interested in jig heads. Let's see how many we got this time. Got a couple. That's okay. A couple's better than nothing. Yeah, these little hooks are a lot tougher to handle than the bigger ones. It thins it out. It thins out the lead. It makes it to where it flows out faster. After all these years, I never thought about putting solder in there. It's just kind of crazy. I mean, I'm not putting a lot in there. I'm just putting a little bit. I guess you can teach an old dog a new trick. Okay, I'm gonna grab some coffee. Coffee time. been here trying to get orders out all morning, and I got everything out except Richard's. I got the light over this section. Normally I don't turn on the light on this part of the shop. Today I did. Here's a bad one there. Yep, that's a bad one. See, that'll come right out. It is coming out. Yeah, you're getting some good heads in there. We don't have these on the website right now with the 1/80ths. We'll have them on there soon. I'm going to pour a bunch here. Probably about 300-400 hopefully. Yeah, that could get cleaned. Got a couple here. Yep. Those are the 1/80th. They're on a number 10 hook, and they catch fish. Well, I've caught a bunch of crappie off 1/80ths. We got a few people that use them for our little jigs, 1/80th jigs for trout. Hey there, William. Hey there, John. If I'm missing you in the chat, I'm sorry. Appreciate it. Oh, there we go. I forgot all about that. Thank you there, Richard. Yep, we do have a website. We do have a website. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, I was struggling. I was getting maybe 1 or 2 heads yesterday, and today it's a lot better. Welcome in, everybody. These are number 10 hooks on a 1/80th ounce head. Sprung a leak. Yep, Richard will be getting these shipped out tomorrow. Mañana. Appreciate everybody helping me out. You guys are awesome. We will still be doing the giveaway. Today's what, Wednesday? We only have $20 collected for the giveaway. That's all we got so far. That's all we got. So anyhow, we are doing a giveaway. If you throw increments out in like $5 or whatever, you'll get a shot at winning some lures. We have a shot at winning some lures this Friday. My wife's last day is tomorrow. We were thinking of going fishing, but we got rain coming in. We got rain coming in tomorrow. I'm going to try to get out, but we'll see. Another thing, it's Memorial Weekend, and there'll be a lot of people at the lake. Oh, you're welcome. Just call my name, I'll be there. Oh my, we're doing so good. We only got 3 that time, that's okay. Thank you everybody for coming in the channel. These are 1/80th ounce. We're going to do some 64ths. We just got one. Uh-oh, we just dropped a hook. I'm dropping hooks left and right. Yeah, these little hooks are awful. They're so small, sometimes you just can't see them that well. Sometimes they cling onto your clothes. That may be a job for the big big magnet later on. Oh, there it is. I found it. I thought I found it. Where did it go? Huh. Okay, we'll get it later. Still not shutting. There we go. There we go. Okay, put this aside. Let's get some of these plucked out. That's a bad one. Another bad one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, there's going to be a little gap there. I don't know if you guys can see it there, where the hook is exposed. And if it's exposed, you don't want someone to tie up the jig and then all of a sudden the hook pops loose. So I try to watch for that. I'll catch them again when I'm cleaning the heads, I'll go through them and catch the ones that I missed while I'm doing the break-offs. Yeah, on this exact hook and everything, these were the exact same size jigs that I used to make my very first jigs with the little 1/80ths. A lot of times you can just, this one doesn't want to do it. Sometimes you can just pluck that little head if it's bad. You can just pull it out. Hey there, Deborah. How's it going, Miss Deborah? It's a lot better there. A lot better there. Oh, you couldn't sleep? I couldn't sleep either. I actually laid in bed at 10:30 to try to go to sleep. I just couldn't get comfortable, and then midnight, I woke up around midnight, looked at my clock. This morning I staggered around the house like a zombie. My wife made me breakfast, or she made herself breakfast, but she made me breakfast too. The Thunder won last night. Oh man. Yeah, the Pacers play tonight, Richard. That'd be nice if it was the Pacers and the Thunder in the finals. Hey there, Michael. I used to cast various leads for casting and fishing. Sure. Oh yeah. I got introduced to lead pouring when I was a kid. One of my best friends, or I had best friends that were brothers, and one of the guys was named Levi, the other guy named Joe. Their dad, Monroe, would pour sinkers in their garage, and he's big into catfishing. That's all he did was catfish. I mean, he'd catch a perch too, but he wasn't into catching, you know, white bass or striper as much as he was a full-on catfisherman. They would fish with poles, but they would set out trot lines and jug lines and all that stuff. I was in the boat a few times with them checking trot lines, and man, they were hauling up some 40-50 pound catfish. Yeah, the Pacers play tonight. Yep. Yeah, they've never won a championship. Thunder have never won a championship. New York has, but it's been a long time since they've won a championship. We're guaranteed this year someone's going to win a championship that has never won one before. I don't think Minnesota's had a championship ever. Yeah, they play early. Well, you know, they'll be playing like at 7 o'clock today, our time. At least it's not a West Coast thing, man. I mean, them games out in California, man, they're starting them boogers up at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Let's see, there we go. I think that was the one there. Yep. That is a good setup. Lead kettle. Yes, it is. It is. Here, I'll shrink it up. You guys can see the whole setup I have here. Okay, here's the regular. I'm gonna put 2 pieces of the solder in there. The one with the big spool here it's a little bit thicker. It'll have resin in there, so you'll see how much it smokes up. That's the regular one. It'll smoke up a little bit. Now watch this with the resin in there. Yep. Let me get my fan on. I don't even have the fan on. It doesn't smell or anything like that. Grab me a quick drink over here. My wife switched coffee, and it tastes like it has a little bit chocolatey in it. Tastes a little bit chocolatey. Yeah, that's a 1/80th right there. That's a 1/4 ounce. Yeah, these little jig heads, they'll put you on some crappie, put you on some trout, they'll put you on, they'll put you in the emergency room if you go get one on your foot. Oh, that's a bad one. Another bad one. Yeah, we'll do some bigger ones here. I think I have his 100 in here. I'm going to do some more. We're going to probably put these on the website sometime today. So some of them like this, they don't have to be cleaned off. There's just hardly anything on there. Some of the other ones will have to get cleaned up. When you get into these small ones here, there's hardly anything to clean off. Like that right there, that one's ready to paint up. Like that one there, that'll have to be cleaned up a little bit. Okay, we're going to zoom it back in. That way you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm still trying to figure the zooming on here. No, it's not a problem with the mold. I don't know if I could use this, and I'm going to zoom in all the way. Here we go. Okay, like that head right there, the hook, if the hook is exposed on the under part, like if the hook is exposed like right there, it didn't get a full, it didn't pour all the way around the hook. And if any part of the hook is exposed, it's not gonna it's not gonna stay on there that long. Uh, it'll come off. So I want to make sure that the head is that the hook is completely that the hook is completely covered. The hook is not bad. The mold is not bad. It's just it didn't pour fully. It didn't go all the way around the hook. And that happens sometimes. Yeah, when I first started pouring years ago, and again, these were the first size heads. This was my very first mold. The mold that I'm using right here is my very first mold I ever bought. I bought it from Do It Mold. Back then, it was like maybe about 80 bucks back then. It was considered a custom mold in their eyes, and they could charge another 30 or 40 bucks more. I think they're about 120, 140 now for this size. But anyhow, when you'd have a bad hook, or not a bad hook, but a bad pour, and I would at the time didn't think about it. I thought, well, it's on there. I'll just paint over it. And then when it came time to tying it up, the head would pop off. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's one of my lessons I learned. Yeah, it's a quick lesson there. Yeah, but these, I'll get some full pours here in a little bit where they're all pouring out. But I've had a couple of them already. But you got to get that nozzle or that nipple there right above the. You got to get your lead pot right there at the, underneath it, and get a direct shot into it. But that's what these are, the 1/80ths. Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate everybody in here. Uh-oh. I'm finding out new things about this all the time. I'm still learning how to work YouTube here. There we go. Got that little hook loose. Go 180s. These will get bagged up in 50 jig heads to a pouch. Right now we do have the 1/32, 1/16, and 1/64 ounce with eagle claw hooks. These here are with mustads that I'm doing right now. Okay, let's go ahead and break these off. Richard, since you bought 2 packs, I'm probably going to put these little ones in like one bag of 100. Hey, Mr. Remington. How's it going? Do you guys get Monday off? Oh, good. I'm going to try to get some fishing done this weekend. We'll see. We got rain coming up. We got rain all weekend. I'm here pouring Richard's hooks. If you're just joining in, these are 1/80th ounce. These are on the number 10 hook. We'll be putting these up on the site pretty soon. There'll be unpainted heads. Hey there, dude. Is that dude? That's the dude. You know, I've seen parts of The Big Lebowski. I've never watched the whole movie. It comes a point to where it's like, I just don't really care about it. Even that touch of solder. Yeah, it does. It does help it push through. Yeah, it helped out a bunch. Whoever gave me that, I don't know if that was you or somebody else gave me this little tip about adding solder. But yeah, it has helped. Yep, drop a like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody in the channel. These are 1/80th ounce on a number 10 hook. These are little Aberdeen hooks. We'll be selling these here 52 a pack. 52 a pack. Okay, we're going to get ready to switch over to the 1/64 ounce here in just a bit. Have you ever tried using candle smoke as carbon release agent? Yeah, I've been using beeswax to flux it, like beeswax. I also at times will use little pieces of paper. A lot of times with the beeswax, it throws up a lot of smoke, and but with the paper, yeah, the paper throws up smoke, but you know it doesn't turn the rim of the pot all black like the wax does. But I do get the carbon uh, junk out of there with when I flux it. Oh, small casting, yeah. I appreciate everybody in the channel today. Thank you guys. Make sure to throw down a like and subscribe. Yeah, these here are with the mustad hooks. They're really good hooks. I think I got a couple hundred in here. I don't know if I got no 300 or 400 in here though. A couple of bad ones in there. Okay, let's get these transferred. These will get separated out here in a little bit. Okay, let's get this mold over here. Let's get these hooks back up. Okay, let's get the number 8s. Yeah, I already got the number 8s for Richard all cleaned up and sorted out for him. Okay, next we're going to be, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Ah, man, I'm spilling hooks everywhere today. You don't need that happening. I'm running out of containers. Okay, I'll put these over here. Okay. The 1/64 ounce mold. These will go a lot easier because it's a bigger head. It'll go a whole lot easier. Hey, Mr. Burke, how you doing? We gotta go. Good luck. Ah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, these are the 64th ounce. If I can get it in the mold correctly. We still got a gap. Well, we got a gap there. There we go. I think it was that one right there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we got us a little leak going on here. Okay, cool deal. I'm just sitting here pouring up heads. These here little one, these are number 8 hooks, Eagle Claw. Appreciate everybody in the channel. Got 136 in here. Woo-wee. We're cooking now. Make sure to subscribe. Subscribe. We do have a website, RubenFloresJigs.com. You can get our lures there. We do have about 55 colors of lures. 7 different sizes. We do also custom orders too. Yeah, look like they're in there. I want it shut. Let's see if it... Oh, there's the one. Here's a little culprit. Nope. Thought it was. Man, what is the deal with this? Just pull them all out, start over. Let me see if there's anything in the mold that's preventing it from closing. Something there. Do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. We got 19 likes up there, guys. 19 likes. Make sure to throw a like down and subscribe. There we go. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. We got 20 likes up on the board. 20 likes. Make sure to throw down a like and subscribe. We do have a website link on the bottom. We also have a Discord channel too, so that's on our bio. We got a link in the bio. These are 1/64 on number 8 Aberdeen hooks. Ooh, that's steelhead hooks there. Okay, I can't remember if we were breaking these off or cutting them off. These are on the website already. It's basically a 1/64 ounce on a number 8 hook, and we're selling unpainted jig heads. They'll be cleaned up, all ready to paint. When I first started painting lures, I used fingernail polish. That was about almost 15 years ago. I was using fingernail polish, and then I also used the dip method where you, anyhow, I just put in water, you dip your jig, or you put your paint in there, then you dip your jig in it. Got some pretty colors. Then I tried that, what is it? That dip it paint. You dip your jig head in there and you paint your jig head, and I did not like that at all. That stuff is awful. Then finally got me enough money to where I could buy a powder coat. And I would heat my jig head with a candle. When I first started painting my heads. Well, I'll take that back. I used a Bic lighter. And then I was like, I don't like this. Let's just use candles. I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee here. We've been selling some. It's been pretty good so far. Basically 20 bucks for 50 jig heads. You could use the discount code on them too when you buy them. Use FLOW10, save 10%. We're just going to sell them in 50 packs. If somebody wants like 300 of them or whatever, they're going to have to buy 6 packs. Do appreciate everybody in here, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to tap up the likes. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If you're in a different country, that's okay. There's no problem with that. We get a lot of people from Indonesia and France. We've been getting people from France in here too. Canada, we get a lot of Canadian people in here. We were getting someone from Nairobi was coming in the channel almost every day for a while. I don't know whatever happened to Oliver. I think Oliver got mad at us, or mad at me. We're going to clean my workspace up here a little bit. Years ago, after I left the school, I was looking for something to catch my eye. Hexam through a tape shops, found the silver tight-clipped silver man's ring. Super smart. Oh, really? That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. What, me? Was he still living? Was your teacher still living? For what? What are you talking about, Burke? For what? I was talking about Michael's story there about the silversmith. These here are 1/64th ounce. 1/64th ounce. We're going to do some 1/16th ounce here in a little bit too. Oh, Oliver? Oh, I don't know. I don't know why he got mad. I know he kept changing his profile name and wanted us to call him a different name, and I'm like, oh golly, so every time he comes in he's going to change his profile and I have to remember a different name. And he was kind of, I think he was, I don't even know if he was a teenager yet, but had some story about a girlfriend that he liked, and then she didn't like him, and I think I tried to tell him you just got to move on. You got to get, don't worry about girls. You know, you're gonna find one day. So I don't know. I know I get people mad, so I try not to get people mad, but sometimes they don't like who you are, they don't like what you believe, they don't like how you're doing things. I have the feeling they don't like anything, hardly. You just can't please everybody out there. Sometimes you just gotta be you. Here, I'm going to take a break for this one here because I got to read this. It's hard to read it when I'm crouched down. Let me get this tightened up. I'll take a little break here for you guys. 300-mile round trip to gift him my teacher. He made them. Oh wow, wow, that is awesome. Yep, that is a cool story there, man. Yeah, but some people don't know me, and some people don't take advice, and I'm guilty of that too. I'm guilty of not taking advice. You know, that I don't know who it was that was recommending for me to use solder in my pot, but you know, I'm here trying to get stuff done, and then this morning I'm pouring heads, and I'm like, they're not pouring. These little 1/80th ounce are kicking my rear end. And so I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and put some. Let me go see. We'll see. And I looked for about 5 minutes for some soldering, because I used to use solder when I made the little ice blades. I don't make them anymore. And I thought, well, I had some soldering there, and so I'm like, that person, whoever recommended solder, must be a pretty wise fellow, because at the time, I'm just trying to do stuff. Oh, thank you there, Richard. Oh my goodness. Appreciate that. But yeah, sometimes you got to take people's advice. Sometimes there's people give me advice on pouring lead, and it's something I've already tried before. Yeah, throw down a W for Richard there. And on stuff that other people recommend, it's like that fella that was trying to tell me to, you know, why don't I heat up the mold? Why don't I do this or that? And he may have been the guy that recommended the soldering. I don't know. But that guy didn't even pour little bitty 1/80ths. He pours 1/16ths. And I just wasn't, you know, again, there's some things that I've done and they just don't work, you know, for me. And so, but there's some things like that soldering. I've never tried that before. And sure enough, you know, this morning I'm here like going, okay, do I put it in there? Do I put it in the pot? If I put it in the pot, is it going to splatter all over me? So I went ahead and Googled it, and sure enough, people put soldering in their lead pots for doing jig heads. You know, so again, it just you know, when it comes to that advice, Bert, I mean, sometimes I throw things out there, but that kid, he wouldn't be quiet. He was always depressed. He just seemed like he was a really depressed kid. And I mean, I can't say anything negative, because what if that kid does something, you know? You know, so you try to throw out some stuff, and I think we had to mute him. Somebody muted him finally, I think, because he just was talking really down, and the conversation was all about him. And I don't mind if the conversation is not about me, but if it's something like really depressing and they keep harping on it, and sometimes it kind of just ruins the mood for everybody in here. Now, if somebody had a death in the family or something, you know, we want to support those people. But when it's an 11-year-old and the girl that he likes doesn't like him, and he keeps talking about it for 30, 40 minutes, and then he keeps talking about it for 3, 4 days, sometimes that gets old. You know. But you know, there's things that I don't want to say depressing or anything, but you know, people do lose people in life, and we want to be there to support them and be there for them. But in some cases, it's you just can't do anything for some of these people. You know, no matter what you try to do to encourage them, it just becomes a tough task to overcome. So Burke, my advice to you is, you're still a young person. You're probably going to have a couple of girlfriends before you find the lady that you marry. And it's probably going to hurt if you do ever have a girlfriend and you break up with her, or she breaks up with you. Okay, I'm going to go back to snipping. We're going to do some snippy snips here. We're going to do some snipping. Snip, snap, snip, snap. Every time I hear the word snip, I think of The Office. And I think about when Michael went through a vasectomy, and then he had it reversed, and then he had the reversal reversed. Appreciate everybody in the channel. Thank you guys for the gifts. Oh, you guys aren't even seeing that part. Yep, this is a 64th ounce on a number 8 hook. My friends. And yeah, sometimes people go through that. I got a friend, and he's a really good guy. He's been a friend of mine since junior high. And elementary school, we went to different elementaries, but junior high we became friends, and he just always was a good friend of mine. Was always nice. I was a pitcher, and playing little league ball, and you know, through a junior high and all that kind of stuff, and then getting into high school. And he had met his wife. They started dating in junior high, and you know what? They've still been married all these years. He married his junior high sweetheart. I don't think that guy ever had a girlfriend before her, and I don't think she ever had a boyfriend before him. And I'll get to see them here this July. And his name is Gary Myers. He's just always been a good friend of mine. And I remember they came out to Florida. They were, him and his wife. This is years ago. They were young, very young people. They were probably about 20 years old. They were already, I think they were already married by that time. And they came out to Florida for vacation. And at that time I lived in Florida, and I got to see them, and really, really good people. But yeah, there's some people, they'll have 50 girlfriends or so by the time they get into high school and graduate and all that. I never had many well, in fact, I never had an actual girlfriend in high school. And I don't think I ever went on a date till after high school. After high school, I did go on a few dates, and I did get engaged a couple of times before I met my wife. Yeah, you got that right there, Michael. I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, Yeah, and sometimes there's people that, and again, we're getting off lures here, but sometimes people have the mentality of they got to have someone be with them all the time. I don't know if you call that a dependency, I guess. Codependence. You have a dependency on somebody? But I've been, it'll be 30 years next March that I've been, we'll be married, and we've had tough times and rough times and stuff, but, I know when it all comes down to it, I love her to death, and she loves me too. I know that every day we don't feel bubbly and romantic every single day, but it just you know she's mine and I am hers. That poor girl, my poor wife. She's stuck with me the rest of her life. And she's gonna be stuck with me for the next 2 months while she's not at school teaching. Oh, I cannot possibly mention my fishing on. Yeah. No, my wife is she. There was a time again when I was in a spot where I just couldn't physically do anything. My shoulders were so messed up, and my right one's still messed up. Uh, some days I can't hardly lift up my arms or my right arm. But at the time that I was going to be quitting the barbecue business that we had, and I had shared about maybe the possibilities of making lures full time. I mean, she would have done whatever she could, to for the family, and which is basically sacrifice. And that's how strong of a woman she is. She would have been happy with me just fishing every day, making a few lures, for whatever clients, um, and I just see the strength in her. She's just a really, really good, strong lady. And anyway, I do everything I can to try to make as much as I can for the family, and in the first year or so of doing lures full time, you know, we did okay. I wasn't making as much as her that first year or so, but I mean, there came a spot where we were making, we were doing really good, and we're still doing good. I would, when you take those marriage vows, and she was 19 and I'm like 28 back then, you just never knew what kind of people we were going to turn into. And I'm very proud to have a good, strong wife, and she takes care of me, and I try to take care of her as much as I can. Who doesn't want a shot? Yeah, there's some people that in life they find someone at a nightclub or whatever, and just because they can dance, they think, oh, that's the person I want to be with. that person has a nice bottom. Just because you can dance doesn't mean you're going to make a good husband or wife. Yeah, we do have a big jig sale. If you use the code JIG20, you're going to save 20% on lures. That's on our website. And just to inform everybody, we are going to be getting the Gamakatsu boxes back, the blue ones. And so we're probably going to change our website up a little bit. And so I did put in an order yesterday for boxes, and I'll keep everybody updated. The Gamakatsu box and the Spro box are the same box for the most part, and it's just the color is different, and the Spro box is made by Gamakatsu. I don't know if anybody knows that. But I put in an order yesterday for some new boxes. Oh yeah, there's people like that. Okay, these here again are the 1/64 ounce. I got to pour up a bunch of these. Again, we've been selling jug heads pretty good for this being, what, the second day that we have them on our site. Doing pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Hey, how's it going there? Welcome in, welcome in. We got 23 likes up on the board, guys. 23 likes. These here again are 1/64 ounce. Isn't that crazy how the numbers go up and down like really fast? They got up to 180 something and then it hopped back down to 144. Oh, thank you there, Burke. Yep. Yeah, now Burke, on the code, it's not FLOW, it's FLO. I know that sounds more logical for it to be FLOW, but the code is FLO, short for Flores, like FLORES. That's what the flow means. Yeah, FLO 10. I was watching last night. I was watching Woody carp fish last night. It was about 10:30, and man, I've never done this before, but I was watching him on his live and I fell asleep. I fell asleep on his live stream. I was tired. I was only asleep maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I got up, turned off my phone, and I'm like, it's time to try to go to bed. Yeah, there's no problem. Yep, there you go. That's it. Yeah, those are the first 3 letters of my last name, Flores. And nobody calls me Flo. Nobody calls me Flo. In fact, we get a lot of people that call me Rube. Rube. Yeah. Appreciate everybody in here. We have 23 likes. Make sure to subscribe. I go live every single day. I do work and get in the shop usually somewhere between 6:30 and 7 every morning. And I'll go live usually somewhere between 7 o'clock in the morning and 9. A lot of that depends on business I got to take care of. So it might be 7 o'clock I go on. That's Central Time Zone here in the U.S. And that could be also 9 o'clock a.m. This morning I got on pretty close to 9 o'clock, I believe. But then I go live all throughout the day. I'll take little breaks. You guys get to watch me work. You guys get to watch me work. For those who not know, Ruben is doing something. Yes, I do love it. Yep. Oh, well, thank you. Yep, this is a stage in the process. These are actually going to be for sale, unpainted jig heads. We've had so many hooks. We're talking gobs and gobs and gobs of hooks that we have. Because, we still do custom orders, but my wife and I were thinking, and for a long time, we're talking a couple years of me making jig heads, but we have a spin caster and it broke on us. And I always wanted to sell jig heads, unpainted jig heads, but can't do it when the machine's broken, I just thought, yeah, I could still do it, you know. Let me just do it the old-fashioned way here. And maybe we could make enough money that we could put some money behind and get a new spin cast machine. I don't want to get a used one. There's a lot of used ones out there. Let me go ahead and show you what a spin caster is. That's a spin cast machine right there. Now, in fact, that's where the lead goes in, and you put a mold in there. I'm going to pull a couple of molds out. This one here is a 1/8 ounce minnow head mold with a bait keeper. And you put your hooks in there, get your hooks all the way around in there. You put your top on there, and you see there's a hole right there. Well, that will fit between these two pneumatic vices that smash it down, and then it spins around. Once it spins around and the lead goes in there, it spins, and because of the gravitational pull, or the, oh, what do you call it? There's a different name for the pull. But anyway, the G-forces. You know, with the G-force, with this spinning around, it'll shoot all the lead out, and then you pull it out, there's a big ring right here. You get your pliers, you pull it out, and then you break off your hooks. This one here has, I believe, 3 dozen, I believe. And you could do it all within, you know, seconds, basically. This one here's our 1/16 ounce. This is our pill head mold with a bait keeper. And this one has 3 dozen too. And so I'm wanting to get this fixed. This mold here, I believe, was $400 right there. That's how much this mold was. And it's a really good mold. And yep, this one has a bait keeper on there. It's marked. But we got about 120 of those molds. And I need to get the spin cast machine. Centrifuge force, yep. Looks like you have fun for what I do. Yes, I do. I love doing what I do. Oh, you got your order in. Oh, hey there, Mr. Jeff Gardner. How you doing? So you got some of the first jig heads that we sold. Yep. Yeah, that was the first order that we had was from Jeff there. I am going to take a break here in just a bit, and I'm going to go refill my coffee, go clean my hands, and so I'm going to take a break here. Make sure to subscribe to me, everybody. I'll be back here within the next 30 minutes or so. No, these molds, the Do It molds are about $60 or $70. Those are like $400. If you get a good one, you can get a cheap one for $200. Sometimes they don't last that long. But I'll see you guys here shortly. You guys be good. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.